Hey everyone, welcome back to the shop. Uh, I know it's late. I've been fighting off lightning, but I figured you guys would like to see the lightning versus not see the lightning, and I'll get juiced for you guys. It's fine. We've had some really, really incredible storms here the last 2 days with just amazing, amazing lightning, a little bit of rain too. And for the test tonight, we do have I don't want to say we're cheating, but we're getting a little help with from Mother Nature. When it rains, it does add stuff to the tub. So I don't think we're going to look at any sort of significant, miscalculation. I think we'll still be really close. It's not going to add 5 gallons of water to the car. So tonight we're going to test how many gallons go in the hot tub. Now, um, a bunch of my friends have sent me messages and we've talked on the phone, and there's guesses everywhere from 200 to 20, and I think we're going to be somewhere in between there. I don't know if we'll be in triple digits just from kind of looking at the tub and kind of doing math in my head. I don't know how many, you know, 10 gallon, how much 10 gallons is, and can we do 20 of those? I don't think so. I don't know. Just, looking at it earlier today, I'm like, I don't really know. I did do a test with the hose, with the meter to make sure it does work. Last thing I want to do is have a piece of gear not work when you guys are here. So um, I did run a test, but all the water is pretty much drained out. And then we just had the rain roll through here. Before, it was all lightning and then the rain for about half an hour. Now there is another gnarly storm on the way. So we'll probably get some lightning, and you'll have to excuse me if I come inside because I don't want to be any part of that lightning. It's pretty serious down here. So if it does turn into a rave, hey, we get a bonus rave. Um, I'm gonna clean off some of the water, and I need to close off one of the lines down there. I realized this when I was looking at it earlier. The jets have the aerator input line, and that's not closed off. It's not hooked up to anything. So I'm just gonna seal that off quick. And I don't think there's a check valve for the aerator line. I think it's a two-way thing. So I think water's gonna leak. If it gets up to the jets and has enough pressure, it'll backfeed to the aerator. So I'm going to block off the aerator just in case. And I also have to turn off the main drain because I've had it opened. The one thing also, since the joint at the main drain back by the tub, the right angle joint, since that joint is cracked, I am using a stopper like a regular bathtub stopper. I'll show you. Just like when you were a kid. It's just a bathtub stopper, $2 guy at Home Depot. So that's what we're going to use. And I'm going to get the deck cleaned up. Now I have these things for. This is what we're going to use to close off that line. We're going to use a couple of zip ties and get those tight. For cleaning off the deck, I have these squeegees, and it was like 3 for $8 or something on Amazon, and they work really well for just getting water out of the way. It's a pain in the ass when that thing's wet and then you lean over it and it just covers your shirt. So I'm going to get soaked. I apologize. Let me get this cleaned up quick, and then I'll bring you guys over and we'll try and get some light underneath there so you can see, well, a light on the tub so you can see sort of what's happening. And then we'll turn the hose on. This is probably going to take a while. It's probably going to be an hour or so to fill this up just because house water pressure is not super high. So um, give me a minute to take care of this stuff, and then we'll get going on the test. And by the way, yesterday we watched the 24 hours of Le Mans in France. Um, Congratulations, Ferrari. Great. Okay, whatever. The biggest win out of that was Aston Martin. No matter what anyone says, no matter where they placed, I don't know. I think they were 16th or something. Aston Martin ran the Valkyrie 24 hours straight. Proves that car. And that was a huge deal for Aston. It's probably the best sounding car on the track. So good job, Aston Martin. awesome job at the Valkyrie. Drivers were fantastic. You guys stayed out of trouble. It's great news for Aston Martin. It's a huge win for them. Oh, and to AO Racing. Spike, where did Spike finish? Spike won in his class. And Multimatic, I think they got ninth, either sixth or ninth. I can't remember. I always get those confused. So my hose here, I am just going to squeegee this into the tub. And like I said, I'm just going to get wet. So all this stuff can go in. Glad I have long arms. I should have just taken my shirt off because this is just going to get soaked. So I'll put this over here. It rained a lot. But it's actually good for the paint. Because down here, the paint dries out very quickly in the sunshine. So we'll do this off this edge. And then we can kind of hop in here, scoot all that stuff towards the drain. And this is not going to be a huge measurement. I don't want to say infraction. That's not the right word. What's the right word? Adjustment? Discrepancy? I guess discrepancy is probably the best word. There's a lot of water. It rained pretty damn good here. I was eating dinner and I just watched all this lightning. It was crazy. Okay. There's a few drops still in there. I made it all the way up to the door up here. So anyway, these things are really cool. They're great also for washing cars, getting all the big stuff off. So now I need to get a light. So there's no way I'm going to be able to see in there. Just going to grab my headlamp and my glasses. I'm back here. And then I'm going to step over to that side. I don't have the door open over there. Whoa. This is what sucks about being 6'1". Then you try and work in these little tiny cramped places. It doesn't really go as smoothly as you'd hoped. So I'm going to pre-close these so that I can just yank them on here. I actually need to lay down so I can get leverage. Oh, come on. All right. Plan A is a loser because it is not going to clamp down. These are not going to clamp down hard enough to close that off. What the hell is in there? There's something in the drain. It's like a filter, maybe. It's green. I don't know what's in that drain right there. All right. So I'm gonna figure out a different way to plug that hole, and that's gonna be fun. Little strands of astroturf on me. Try not to smack my shoulders again, like I've done 20 times. So I've got that little tube, and it's not gonna, zip ties aren't going to crimp that down far enough. So I'm gonna have to try and find something that can go in there that's solid. That maybe the zip tie can grip down. See, what sucks is everything I have here, like all my plug supplies and stuff, are all in Ohio. I got 20 different size rubber plugs. Easily close that off in 2 minutes. Here, I don't have that. I do have a whole bunch of stuff that's hollow, which is not helping. Or it's square, and that definitely won't help. I don't have any big screws. Everything here is hollow. Oh, wait. This is a plug. You might actually thread in there. Hang on a sec. Let's see. 7/16. And okay, we're going to try something. A couple options here. It's a little brass plug that I think may fit in there. Otherwise, I have a cap from a pen. Yeah, this is what I do. And it doesn't matter where I put my foot, my huge flipper feet are going to tap that controller for the air ride, no matter where I put my foot. All right. And the floor is not flat. And there are actually posts sticking up from the floor to mount the original bench seat to. Okay. All right, this guy, this plug is actually probably going to work. Damn, I'm good. Okay. If you guys can see the position I'm in, you would laugh. All right, he's going to be really close. So hopefully that gets us really close. Since I'm down here, we'll also turn off the main drain. He is plugged. Get our tools out of here. And now we can start filling up the tub. All right. That was not fun. But thankfully, I'm already wet. So now we get a chance to dry out. There's drawer. Must have in my pocket. Oh, the pen cap. Okay. Got our tools put away. All right. Yeah, so I'm already soaked, right? Um, I'm gonna bring you guys over. We're gonna be partially outside until like the rain starts, and then I might have to scoot you guys inside. But I want to show you how the flow meter works and how it measures everything. So let me get this. Make sure he powers on. Okay. Okay, so we are on single. Why would this hose stay in place? That's just crazy talk. Okay, so we're on single. Now we'll put our stopper in here, our bathtub stopper. Just make sure he's happy and sealed. Man, the mosquitoes here are crazy. Okay. I'm curious, does the Dalai Lama kill mosquitoes when they go on him and like bite on his arm? Does he smack them or does he just like let them feed and then they go away? Just curious because I don't think he can kill anything, right? And that would technically be killing it. So I don't know. All right, I'm going to bring you guys over and then I'll show you this stuff. And then we'll turn the hose on. So it's going to be kind of dark out here. But this is the flow meter. And of course, I don't know. Can you guys read it? Does it show up at all? Oh, he's off. He has a self power off. So he's at 0, 0, 0, 0. So, all right. We're going to, God, you can feel him like climbing on you. So I'm going to bring you guys over. Oh, you're going to get some good lightning. Yeah, we're going to set you just inside the garage, if that's okay. And I'm going to turn on the water. We're going to fill that thing up, kind of. It won't go all the way full. All right, here we go. Maybe. Oh, wait. I just need to check that the meter is on. Because that thing times out after like 20 seconds. So I just want to make sure he's on. Okay. Okay. Yes, he is still on. Okay, good. Okay. You got to be quick. Okay. So tub is filling up. Oh yeah. You can hear him going through here. All right, there's 2 gallons. All right, he's flowing. We'll see how it goes. 3 and 4 gallons. Okay. That's 4. He's probably going to be, I don't know, 80, 90 gallons, somewhere in there. Maybe 80 gallons. So he's kind of splashing right here. Just want to get him where he's not splashing. We're at 10 gallons. Okay, so 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. I'm gonna say I'm gonna say about 80 gallons. So it's gonna be really close. God, these mosquitoes. Holy crap, you can't like be outside. They're just treacherous, man. You can probably see them. They're just huge. I just put out my arms. You should be able to see them. We're at 15 and 16 gallons. I got to remember the tub is actually conical. So convex or concave, whichever, convex. So as you fill, more water becomes available. And that's what I was trying to calculate. But I don't know. I would say, are we at 20? I would say 4 times that. So I'm going to say 80. So we're coming up to the jets now. So I need to make sure that the jets are not, the aerator portion of the jets are not leaking. God damn. These guys, you can hear them. They sound like little crop dusters right by your ears. They're so loud. I mean, they're huge. And they, of course, they love water, right? So all I'm doing is hanging out by water, giving them more water. So yeah, I'll bring you guys in a little bit, so you can also maybe get some more of the storm. So yeah, it's still. Damn it, these guys are huge. You can feel them like crawling on you too. It's crazy. So we are at 28 and a half. Okay, we're at 29. All right, I got to check to make sure that's not leaking because we're at the jet point now. Where'd my other light go? I swear I had another light. I don't know where he went. So I'm gonna come around to the other side of the car and check that plug. It looks like the aerator plug is holding.
Yep, he's old. I have a tiny drip from the main drain.
But again, it's not going to affect calculations at all. Plus, I don't have any way to connect. Those fittings are so weird. I don't have any way to connect anything to those. We are at almost 40 gallons now. I would say, I'm going to say between 80 and 90. It might be 100, but what we'll do is I'll go to regular passenger level. Like if there's 2 people in the hot tub, this will be my guess on displacement, and that'll be technically full. And then I'll do all the way to the edge, and we'll see how many gallons completely it holds. So yeah, we're almost at 45 gallons, and I would say we're just past halfway. So it's going pretty quick. And I don't know if you guys can hear the thunder. It's rolling. Who's here? Hey, Liz. Yeah. I wish I could put this little display up on there for you guys so you could see. 47 gallons right now. And we're past the halfway for people, but we're almost halfway for full tub. Yeah, we're almost at 50 gallons. All right. Let me put this stuff away. I thought for sure it would be 150 gallons, but it looks like it's actually going to be less than that, which I guess is a good thing, right? So it makes it a lot easier to fill it up. If I had 200 gallons that I had to fill every time, it'd be hard. Oh yeah, by the way, thank you, Rockstar, for nothing. You guys haven't sponsored me yet. I don't know what the hell. Look at this huge billboard I have right here. Could be a Rockstar car. 55 gallons right now. Yeah. And I'm just at the little shoulder, the little armrest parts. Shit, look at all the billboards I have, Rockstar. I got this. Got the truck, Viper. Yeah, that's not a very big billboard, but all right, we are at 60 gallons. Yeah. It's definitely going to be under 100 gallons to get to people level. Oh, I have to get away from the mosquitoes. They're crazy. They haven't sprayed in a couple of days because of the weather. So, wow. Almost there. And then the fun part, I still got to move this thing tonight. Damn. But I'm getting pretty good at it. It has to go forward into the garage. The ramps come out, and then it'll go back out. Cover goes on, tent pole goes in. Happy. The other cool thing is the air ride. I had leveled out the car, so I raised the front up a little bit, and I dropped the back almost all the way down. So that way the tub is level, even though I had to have the drain obviously outside of the garage. So the main drain is outside the garage. The car is still level. So where are we at here? We're at 75 gallons. Yeah, I'm gonna say 80 gallons is two people level. Yeah, we're at 78. So this is 80 gallons, and I am 4.5 inches off of, sorry, 12 inches off of the edge. So let's just keep going up. And I'm just going to fill it to the brim. When it gets to the brim, then I'll know exactly. Well, it actually won't reach that level. He's going to start to drain out here in a minute from. Yeah. Okay, so we can turn it off. 85. That top drain, the safety drain is kicked on. So we got to turn this off. So we're just wasting water now. Okay. Yeah, you can hear it draining out down there. It reached the little safety level. So there we have it, 85 gallons. Yeah, it says 88, but I'm going to say we lost some with me walking over there, and there's still some draining out. So I'm going to say 85 gallons is what this can hold. It's probably 120 gallons if we stopped that, but that safety is actually a good thing. And I'll probably put a small, there's obviously no cover on that right now. You can just hear it falling down the edge of the tub, but it's draining out. So, and all of our electronics and stuff are up off the floor. Everything's mounted on the wall here. So when water does fall over, no electronics get wet. All the wiring is up on the wall. So 85 gallons. Not bad. What did you guys guess? I'm curious what everyone guessed. I was thinking triple digits, honestly. I was thinking at least 100, 150 gallons, but I don't know water. You know, I'm still figuring it all out. So, yeah, and this will drain out really quickly. It's still past that level. Wow. Okay. So yeah, we'll say between 80 and 85 gallons. I did turn off the hose. Yeah. So we can prep all of this now. Get the hose done. This is a pretty interesting flow meter. Is kind of cool. For 20 bucks or whatever, I'm happy that I got it, and we'll keep it in the tools, and we get the rest of this stuff parked here. I was really hoping for more lightning for you guys. I thought this was going to take a lot longer. Not bad. You were guessing more too. Yeah, yeah. It's a volume thing. Put that guy away, let him dry out. Then we can drain it. Yeah, my driveway is just a waterfall right now. Yeah, so I need to get a small pipe off of the safety that runs to the outside. Straight down, just for safety reasons. Just won't let you overfill the tub. That's cool. Put the instructions away for the flow meter, so you remember how all that stuff works. And yeah, he's almost. Oh yeah, if I can't really rotate him. If I rotate, there's a little bezel there, and he has two vents on the underside, and that's where the water goes up. So until the water gets below that line, he's still gonna dump out, but I don't have a way to get him loose. Oh, maybe I do. I think he's threaded on the inside, so there's no way to get him loose. Kinda. Yeah, if I block it with my hand, he stops draining. So that's our safety, and that's fine. So now we're gonna pull we'll open up the big valve. We'll pull our main drain, and we'll get all of our water out of here. Unlock to open. And there you go. There goes all the water. And it just drains right out. And it'll drain very quickly. It's 1.5 inches. So it'll drain the tub pretty quick. Probably in 2 minutes. Look at that stopper go. Nice. It's pretty well balanced. There he goes. Yeah, I should actually get an old school little bead and lock on this and put him on the stopper here. Yeah, I thought this center hub turned, but he's where the screw goes in. So, yep, and rain's starting. It's just starting to rain. So, all right. Go through the puddle over here, the miniature lake. The drain does work really well, but it's going to work a lot better when we have, a pump sending it to the holding tanks. And that's the other good news. Those holding tanks will be just fine. I don't have to buy new holding tanks, which is a good thing. think the ramps were blocking the water. Oh yeah, definitely. Get the ramps out of the way here. There we go. Now they can just go straight down. Yeah, the rain's picking up. Damn, I was really hoping for more lightning for you guys. Lightning earlier was awesome. Okay. Well, there we have it. Hopefully you guys like that. And now we all know, right? Oh, there's a little vortex going here. Little inverted tornado. It's pretty cool. Oh, it's sucking out some water. Oh yeah. All right, let's raise the back. Make sure we get as much of that mosquito thriving area out of there as possible. And let's raise this side just a little more and drop that side. Oh, drop that side. There we go. Okay. Yeah, tub's almost emptied. I don't know how long that took, but it's pretty damn empty. So we'll put our ramps back in place. Ramps are just a little too snug up against the garage edge, and that was causing them to dam everything up. But I wanted as much of the car inside as possible because I knew this was going to happen. I knew it was going to rain. I knew it was going to rain. What else? 680 16-ounce cans of Rockstar. Okay. All right. I guess that's the stat of the day, right? So yeah, what I have left to do, and I'll probably wait for the rain to finish. I'll move the. Whoa, sorry, you guys are still way close here. Move you guys back a little bit. So I'll move the limo will come inside, and then the storm will go through. Or actually, the storm will go through. They can clean up the back. That's fine. Then when the storm's done, the limo will come inside. The ramps will go away. The limo will go outside under its cover, and then we have the fun part of finding the fittings. So once we find the fittings, it'll take a little while. We'll probably have the Miata in here. We need to raise the back end of the Miata about 1/2 inch. So I'll get that going and show you guys how to do little adjustments on coilovers once everything's seated and leveled and set. But yeah, successful test. I'm glad I blocked off that aerator. I'm sure with that pressure, it would have sent water out that way. We would have got a wrong reading. And yeah, I think that's a good spot where we're at. 80 gallons. That means the 2 tanks. I want to say one is 45 and the other is 40. One's 50 and the other one's 40, something like that. So again, I have the flow meter so I can test and see how big those tanks are, which would be really helpful, and make sure I have the right size tanks. Or, before I go out, add a little bit of water or whatever. Also, there will be some water that remains in the tub itself because the drain for the tub hardware only goes so deep. There's still about 1 inch of water left in there. So that's probably 10 gallons. So I do have a little bit of safety in there. And then I can also take a couple of gallons of distilled water just in the trunk of the car just for backup. And so, yeah, I think we're in pretty good shape. I'm glad I don't need any other hardware aside from getting that egg hooked up That is the hardest part, getting all of that stuff hooked up. So we're getting close, and with any good fortune, it should be hot tubbing very soon. I don't know about water in and out, but we'll. We also have some badass pumps right there. I don't know if you guys can see those. Those badass pumps will definitely help move water from the tub to the holding tanks, from the holding tanks to the tub. So if we've got, let's say we've got 80 gallons we got to move, that means if I wanted to do it in 2 minutes, um, so 8 times 60, yeah, I need like a 5,000 gallon an hour pump, which I think those guys are like 3,500. Pretty close. They'll be pretty fast, but um, yeah, that would be pretty quick. 2 minutes to fill and 2 minutes to empty. That'd be pretty. That'd be pretty impressive. That's the goal. That's what I really like. But I think we're probably going to be closer to 5 and 5. God, these guys are huge. You can feel them land on you, like your hand gets heavy, and you're like, damn. So yeah, I'm gonna get out of the mosquito cauldron here and watch the rain. I'm so bummed there wasn't any more lightning for you guys. I was really hoping that we'd get. I mean, it was kick ass earlier. So we'll try it again. There'll be more Florida storms, and we'll definitely do more stuff outside after they spray for mosquitoes. They did helicopters the other night. It was really cool. It was very apocalypse now. Guys flying at like 80 feet. He's got the big sprayers out. And you run inside. You're like, no, no napalm. So yeah, um, yeah, less mosquitoes, always good. So that's it for tonight. I appreciate you guys hanging out. Hopefully you had fun with this and guessing, how much was in there. And now we all know we get the components to get it going and make sure this hot tub works. So again, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for telling everybody about the channel and uh, passing along the info to other people. And I appreciate that. And all the new subscribers, I'm glad you guys are on board. If you have any questions or whatever, shoot them in the comments or send me a text, whatever. I'm super easy to get a hold of, and I'm happy to answer any questions you guys have about this car or the Viper or the Miata or my truck or my lawnmower in Ohio, whatever you guys have questions about, I'll answer them. And that's about it for tonight. Don't forget to show someone you love them today. Give them a kiss on the cheek, give them a kiss on the tip of their nose, hold their hand, give it a squeeze. It's really important for them, but it is far more important for you. All right. Thanks, everyone. We will catch you. Um, we'll catch you soon. Maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll try and do the Miata. I got to find the tools to do that. So we'll maybe we'll do the Miata. We'll move this thing and get the Miata done. All right. I'll see you guys. Thanks, everyone. 85 gallons.